Gets a cookie. Every time I sit down, he wants a cookie. This is Uncle Martin going live on Saturday, I believe it's the 25th. Man, I should look up these days, but it's in October. And we just got a little ways to go before Halloween. I got something for you on that one. So what we got here is a thumbnail. Thumbnail is going to be, okay, one more. Thumbnail is going to be, angels are amongst us. Did you not know, everyone that's watching Uncle Martin, you all have an angel? An angel that you come in to on this planet that will protect you. Your guardian angel. And I've always, well, I was brought up that way, so I've always prayed well, I've prayed archangels too, but, all right, one more. This guy keeps coming back. He's actually eating them, not burying them. I've come in contact with angels in my lifetime. And that's why I say angels are amongst us. In fact, it's even said in the Bible, take care, you might be entertaining an angel. This is so true. They come in all different guises. That's what I'm going to say is the very first time, okay, one more. One more. Yeah, he doesn't know what one means. I think I got two more. The first time I felt an angel was when I was drowning at 3 years of experience. Now, as I said before, I remember when I was 22 years of experience, and I remember, well, quite a few things, especially bro being put in my crib. But prior to that, in New Jersey, Mom brought me swimming, and I didn't realize this until later on. I've done an episode on this this angel thing, but I'm going to go a little further this time, to where it was my cousin Annette and Linda. They changed my diapers, and they said, "Oh, we remember when your mother took you swimming." "Oh, you do? My mother took me swimming." "Yes." And she used to go, blow into your face. You were eye to eye, just above the water level, and she'd go, blow into your face, and you would hold your breath. And then Mom and you would go underwater. And that's that. And I just recently remember that Mom blowing in my face, and I went underwater with her. We were looking at each other underwater. Now, this drowning thing is when I was 3 years of experience. Oh, the sun's kind of bright, but I'm going to see who we got here. Hey, yeah, the BXP, how you doing? Got you on the... You got me tonight. Yes, you do. Haha. Yeah, it's pretty funny. You came around today. Come here, one more time. I love this dog. It's my last rescue until I get another one. Boy, there's a lot of hair. That's because I was petting my cat. Maybe. Okay, we got Brenda. Hey, Brenda, how you doing? Hello. The thumbnail today is angels are amongst us. Man, that cat had a lot of hair. I was petting my cat and didn't realize I have to brush her more. Everyone brush their cats and dogs. Okay, cute dog. One more cute dog. I think that's all I have. Yeah, that's it. He's gonna be nudging me. We'll see how that works. Thumbnail, angels are amongst us. So, the first memory that I had with an angel experience was when I was 3, and I remember getting on a white board. It was a diving board, and I crawled. I wasn't walking. I crawled I could walk, I could run at 3, but I crawled. And I dove off. Actually, I just jumped, crawled off the side of a diving board, a white diving board. And I remember off to the left was a bunch of kids, a bunch of teenagers, and they were all chit-chatting. And that's all I kind of remember periphery was. But then when I hit the water, it was green. It was a green, it wasn't slimy green, but it was a green, it was definitely green. And I was on my back, and I was blowing bubbles out of my mouth, watching them. The sun was right about there in front of me, and I was blowing bubbles, having the greatest time of my life. Just exhaling bubbles. And later on I thought, how could I be exhaling bubbles? Because I took a breath. Mom told me to, well, she didn't tell me, but we played the game. And as we went underwater, I had held my breath. So now I'm all by myself, going off the plank of a diving board into a lake that's green, and I'm on my back, blowing bubbles as happily as you could be. In fact, that's what I remember. I was very happy. There was a fork. That's the euphoric part was probably because I was drowning and I didn't know it. Maybe that was, but I think it was more than that. But then I remember the sun getting not so bright and it getting a little bit cold. And I would remember, well, I remember these wings. It was like feathered wings around me that apparently it could have been on different levels because somebody from the gang over there actually dove in and saved my life. So angels can, you can entertain angels at different times in your life. And that was the first one that I had. Oh, by the way, what do we got here? I'm sorry. These glasses aren't working. I gotta go to my magnifying glass. Hey, hey, Mr. Man, PY7TS, how you doing, dude? Hey, what's going on here? Noah Ike, LSD, question mark? Hey, this is not question and answer time. Dude from Pacemaker. Mr. Man from Pacemaker. Who else did I miss? Oh, cute dog. We got you already, Ultra M3Z. But there's people here asking questions, kind of. Ultra M3Z. Okay, you guys said you. Mr. Man. PSC. Dude from Peacemaker. And of course, Noah Ike, LSD, question mark. I got something for LSD for you. Not right now. That'll be another topic. And I just want to kill this guy. It's a mosquito and flies that are trying to get me. I forgot to put on any kind of thing. Noah, glad you survived. Hey, God bless you, Noah. I'm really happy I survived too. That's what I'm saying. Angels are amongst us, and there was an angel. I've had many angels, and I'll go into that momentarily as soon as I get through with some of these questions. Hey, Joe, MO240. I had a similar experience in my way hello from Puerto Rico. Hey, Puerto Rico. You had a similar situation? All right. I want to hear about it. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock when everybody's watching this again, because I don't get any credit now until like tomorrow at 6 when it gets rebooted. I don't know why. And I think I got that one. I got that one. And I'm going to miss that one. These guys are getting me. But I'm going to keep going here. Angels Are Amongst Us is a thumbnail. And hey, Taunton Dela Cruz, how you doing? Farmer, you a farmer? Actually, I am a farmer. I like planting corn. And you look like the Eagle guy from Pacemaker. I'm not familiar with him. Hope he's a positive person. Power and discipline. Your fingers are magnified. Yes, we have actually, there's energies within our hand that can heal or harm. I'll go into that at another time. I'm just going in with the thumbnail. Angels are amongst us. Anybody's had some angel experiences, please leave a comment, all right? That's all I'm asking. Leave a comment on what your experience was with the angels that you had. So my first experience that I remember, at 3 years of experience, somebody saved me, but I'm telling you, I felt like there was feathers around me, and I've had it later on, and I'll go into that momentarily, I promise. Okay, Joe's. Hey, Joe's, I believe death comes in stages. I believe I was in stage 2, passing to the other side. Well, what that means, Joe, is it wasn't time for you to go. Sometimes we get into a situation where things happen to us. Some people that are in comas for like many, many years, and they come back because they weren't supposed to go. And that's what it comes down to. A lot of people are, the law is esoterically that you live as long as there's a fingerprint that we all have, and it's like a contract, and we all put a contract down on what we're going to achieve this lifetime, and what we're going to do, and hopefully we do it to the best of our ability to advance spiritually, because this is a very dark planet. I've gotten into that kind of, yeah, now I tell you what, man, between flies and mosquitoes, they're eating me alive. So we got different levels that we're working through on this dark planet, and it's a lesson planet. I'll have lessons to learn. It's always on an emotional level too, by the way. We have so many emotional tests every day that we either pass or don't, and hopefully we're always going to get positive and negative when our daily life is positive or negative, and it's how we react to these energies. It could be like joyful, blissful, fantastic. You got $1 million, oh boy. But how are you going to react to that? And then there's the other side that you lost $1 million, and how are you going to react to that? It's an emotional, kind of emotional roller coaster ride that you have to discern on how you're going to handle what is being put in front of you every day. It doesn't matter. Every day changes. Life has changed. That's all it is to it. So back to angels are amongst us is the thumbnail. So we have, first of all, I've always been partial to the 7 archangels because God, the sun is kind of bright. The 7 archangels, they always, they've always helped me. And who are the 7 archangels? Well, we have Archangel Michael, we have Archangel Gabriel, Uriel, Shamiel, Jophiel, and Zachiel. And there's a few others, but I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to stay with the 7 major archangels, which are magnificent angels, and angels come in different levels. But these are the archangels that really take care of business here on the planet. And what does Archangel Michael mean? It's who is like God. Gabriel is God is my strength, and Raphael, yeah, he's the one that's the healer. Jophiel, if you have any problems, you call to Archangel Jophiel and Mother Mary, and they are the healers. All right. Uriel is the God of light. Jamiel, he sees God with love, fortitude, and justice. Jophiel stands for the beauty of God, hope, enlightenment, and Zachiel is the righteousness of God, but also the mercy, freedom, and just righteousness all around. Now, these are 7 archangels that a lot of people know about, maybe some don't, but they all exist, and we all have a guardian angel that's come in with us on this planet since we've been born. So you always pray to your guardian angel, always before you go to bed, and ask for help in any way you need, as well as a good night's sleep, protection, for you and your family, all these little things that you should be praying before you go to sleep. And that way you go to the retreats of light rather than into other lower levels that I have not gone into yet, because there are different levels when you go to sleep. I'll leave it at that right now. So we have finished when I was 3 years of experience, drowning, being saved. I forgot to tell you. So I'm up on I'm up on the plank of where the diving board was, and my dad and mom, both of them thought I was with the other one, but I wasn't. And then they see I wasn't getting mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I was just like giggling and laughing. I was a happy child. I was born laughing. Well, I was born smiling. I laughed and smiled the rest pretty much now, all my life. So here my dad comes up. This is what I heard from my mom. I don't remember any of this stuff, but she said, your dad was very upset that all these teenagers off to the side, to the left, they were all standing and watching you go into the water. And then mom says, dad went over to him and started asking, got him, started saying, why did you let my child go off the diving board without stopping him? And they all said, we just wanted to see what he was going to do. And isn't that the way life is? People stand back and watch people do whatever they're going to do. And it could be very negative, but they're going to still watch rather than stop them. Now, why wouldn't you stop a child from going into the water? Is my dad's question. But when they all said, we just wanted to see what he was going to do, he said, that kind of sounds logical, I guess. And so he let him go. He didn't go any further. Mom said he was very impetuous, to say the least. My dad, he worked on different levels. Okay, so yeah, he didn't go into psychology yet up in Flagstaff. He wasn't a teacher yet. He was just actually he was working for got both of them. Fantastic. He just killed 2 flies, not 7 like the little tailor. So dad had emotional issues that he overcame pretty much. I'll go into that another time. So now the second time that I recall, geez, how many times is there? There's about 4 times here that angels were intervening for me that I remember consciously, to where it was very apparent for me. So the second time was when I borrowed that vehicle. See, the last episode I went to jail. I didn't tell you why, because I had an emergency, and I borrowed a police chief's car. It was a Malibu, and all right, I had to go somewhere. It was an emergency. And what happened was I was going down 101 and I hit Magoo Rock, which is a very, very negative rock, by the way. You can just Google right now, Magoo Rock, how many accidents are there? And it'll show up all kinds of things. Cars on fire, they're going off the side of a cliff. And there was even a plane that hit the side of a Magoo Rock. Also, my cousin Tom, he broke his leg climbing up Magoo Rock. It's a very negative place. There's negative places in this planet, and that's one of them. Magoo Rock, stay away from it. Let alone, when I was driving, my eyes closed, I went to sleep. I don't know how it happened, but then I crunched, then I was scraping the heck out of the car, and then when I opened my eyes, I just whipped it, and I rolled it 7 times. That's very spiritual. And I just stopped before I went. I missed that guy. It was a mosquito. Nah. He was on my thumb. I can't hit him too hard. I'll stop my program here. So I stopped just before I went over the cliff. And that's what you're going to find if you Google Magoo Rock, how many cars went over the cliff? How many cars caught on fire? And you'll see there's a plethora of this energy going through Magoo Rock. So as I went 7 times rolling, in that rolling aspect going, I didn't have my seatbelt on, but I was like being flipped all around the car. And I didn't feel anything really. I just felt again, these wings that were around me. And then the car it was on its side, on the driver's side. And then I'm trying to get out through the passenger window, and I couldn't because there was all this like blood in my eye and my eye, and I couldn't see very well, and I had a cut over my head and all that stuff. I was probably in shock, I guess. But these two guys had stopped, and they were now pulling me out. One was kind of a I don't know, a Oriental guy, and he says, "I'm from Laguna." I said, "Oh, fantastic." He says, "That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen." Hey, it was, yeah. It was. He says, "You rolled 7 times. I counted them. I was right behind you. You hit the side of that mountain." I said, "Yeah, well, can you help me out?" Yeah, so they helped me out. And all of a sudden, they're gone. Both these guys are gone. Now the cops show up. And now they wanted to know, the question was, it was my name, this certain name. I'm not going to say because it's the last name. You can look it up, and I'm not going to do it. To this guy that is not part of this story. And they said, he says, "You were the hitchhiker, right?" I said, "No, I was the driver." He says, "But it was this guy, Mark, that was driving, right?" I said, "No, I was the driver." And he says, "Eh." They wanted this guy really bad, so they wanted me as a hitchhiker. I had to tell the truth. I could have lied. I could have said, "Yeah, I'm the hitchhiker." I would have been scot-free. I could have been done. But I tell the truth a lot in my life that I've always learned since I was 18 of experience. It's the best way to go. And that's what I'm saying. That's how I went to jail on the last episode. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm missing some questions here or whatever here. Power. You shouldn't. Okay. Power and discipline. Can you shout out my brother Dixon Mayes? Hey, Dixon Mayes, how you doing, bro? Anybody else up there I missed? Magic Fingers, we got that one. Okay, coming down. Sorry, guys. Shout out I did to, who was that? Dixon Mayes. All right. You guys start subscribing to Uncle Martin, I'll subscribe to you. That's the way it works here. Okay, Josie M240. I believe death comes in stages. I believe it was in 2 stages when I passed inside. Yes, I believe it does come in stages. And there's different types of death. There's a physical death. There's a subconscious death. There's a conscious death. And there's a spiritual death. And all these deaths amount to something. I'll go into another time. Okay, Josie, Josh. I'm sorry, Josh. Joe's. What do we got? I was electrocuted by 8,000 volts. Oh my God, 8,000 volts. I think it's the hertz that kill you, though. And in 1995, and I was supposed to be dead. I was laying in the field of dreams. Okay, there's many people that have been hit by lightning, and there's like one guy that was hit by 7 times. Google that guy, but hey, I got 2 more. There's different levels, and what I'm saying, Joe, is it's not your time, and that means you have more things to work out, and you have more things to work out with people, and hopefully enlighten people on your experiences. That would be it right there. So, yeah, I think I got another one. I don't know where these flies are coming from. So that was number 2, the wings helping me out of the car. I went to the hospital and jail. I'll go into that another time. So the 3rd time was when I was driving a cab. I was dealing with a guy that was doing a drug deal. I didn't know that at the time. It was like 2 in the morning. And it was like 19th Avenue and Camelback. Very, very interesting place. I believe it was between 2:30 and 3, actually. So the guy was saying, "I got to get out here. I got to get out here. Wait for me. And he gave me like $20. He says, "Wait for me here." And then he went and did this, like, I could tell, a drug deal. And I said, "I don't want to party in this drug deal stuff." And then all of a sudden, the guy, when he's doing drugs with, pulls out a gun. And I said, "Hey, man, $20 or not, I'm out of here." So I made, see, that's what I'm saying. I looked on 19th Avenue to my left, and there was a car coming. I said, okay, I'm going to wait till this car goes by. And I did. I waited until the car came by. But when I shot out, there was a guy that was, he was tailgating the guy that I was watching at. He was tailgating him so close, I couldn't tell there was two cars. So after the one car went by, I went out, and I got side-wiped about 35 miles an hour on my driver's side. My car was totaled. The whole door of my my driver's side was bent in, hit me on the side. But I felt before it happened, like after the car went by, I saw the headlights. I was like, headlights, the deer with headlights, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm looking up, there's nothing I could do. I mean, I'm accelerating, but I'm going to get hit. But before it happened, I felt this extreme heat. There was this heat that hit me, like, it was like 105, 120 degrees. And it was like in the wintertime. How could that be? I didn't have the heater on. How could I have this high heat on me? And that's the other thing, angels give out a lot of heat. So I got smashed, and then I got swished around, and the cops came, and they took everybody's number because the guy that hit me says, and because I pulled out in front of them. And normally when you do that, you get a ticket, but they didn't give me a ticket. In fact, the lady cop said, hey man, you're going to have to go to the hospital. I said, no, I feel fine. She says, no, this car is totaled. You got to go to the hospital. I said, no, I'm not going to the hospital. You guys know how I feel about hospitals and doctors if you don't know me by now. I said, no, I feel fine. So I had somebody come up and pick me up. And I get back home, and I'm okay. But the heat that I had around me was definitely was an angel, all right? So what do we got here? Hey, Joe's, hey, JMG 6547, are you Amish? Not this lifetime, but I could be. Missed him. So the fourth one, there's more, but I'm just going with what I got here. It's a bunch of flies that I want to kill, but I can't without upsetting this whole thing. So there was that one, and then we come to, well, there's another one, but I don't have time. The sun's going down. I don't have time for all this, but I do have time for this. Now, what does this look like to you? Take a good look. What does this look like to you? I want somebody to tell me what they think this looks like, all right? Some people said it's a big blob of white. Other people say, all right, I'm going to tell you what I think it is. Because this is why I blew it up, and that's what was on, and still is on top of my fireplace. In my house, on my mantle, over my fireplace, a day before Easter. Now I lit some incense. I gave some calls out to the angels. I said I want blessings on the planet, protect this property and the state and the world. Gave some prayers out. Sandalwood is very positive because it takes care of a kangaroo. Spooky, you think it's a kangaroo. Well, you know what? You may not be too far off, because I'm going to give you my feeling on what I think it is. Kangaroo is pretty positive, though, in a second. So, you threw me off on kangaroo. Are you from Australia? So, the next morning, Easter morning, this appears on my mantelpiece. Now, as we look at this picture, somebody said a kangaroo. Well, on the bottom, if you look, it could be an animal. It could be a snake, but I think more like a camel. But a kangaroo, that's possible. Now, on top of the kangaroo, let's just say the animal on the bottom is an angel. Can you see the wings? Can you see the head? And can you see maybe some kind of box that this, let's say, angel is putting on top of a beast, a beast, a beast standing for our lower self, the animal self, and something being put on top of that with this angel giving a message. Hold on, what have we got here? Hey, Cactus Crew, hi again. Hey, Cactus Crew. This is Angels Are Amongst Us. Sunset here in Arizona. It's like 5:30. I'm gonna have to start earlier because I want more light. I love light. So we got. This is definitely an animal. Definitely an animal on the bottom. On the top is an angel I see, and an angel with some kind of box or some kind of I don't know, a gift or tabernacle putting on top. He's putting something on top of the beast. Something top of the beast. Maybe it's something that we all have to put forward. No, we have to take our lesser self and bring it to a higher self. We have to bring our lower self. Actually, the heart is the medium here. So below the heart is the lesser self, the animal self. And from the heart, going upwards, is our higher self. It goes into chakras and stuff like that. I haven't gone into yet, but for those that understand, I think you might, but we have different levels of our body that science has not really told us about yet. It's esoteric that I have looked into from when I had less experience, and I agree with a lot of it. I can't really go there right now because I'm running out of daylight and everything, but angels are amongst us is the thumbnail. And if anybody has anything to do with angels, I missed them. That was a mosquito on my thumb. All these flies, I don't know where they're coming from, but I'm going to get them. Oh, there he is again. I guess I'll have to put on mosquito repellent from now on. Anybody with an angel experience, please, tomorrow at 6 o'clock, that's when I get credit for this thing. I could have hundreds of people, which I've had in the past, and I don't get anything until 6 a.m. I mean, everything's zipped out, and I could have like 10 likes, 12 likes, and all of a sudden I got zipped, nothing. So wait until 6 a.m. when you're putting in your comment, please, on your angel experience. Would you do that for me? I'm asking you. So, hi again. Hey, Cactus Crew. Beautiful sunset. Yes, they are in Arizona. Very beautiful. And so anybody that's lasted this long, please give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Comment tomorrow at 6 a.m. or after. And I'll have something. This is Saturday the 25th. I'll have something for you Sunday. Probably about 4:30. I got to start earlier. Get rid of these mosquitoes and flies. There's nothing I can do about it right now, but I will. So until then, be well. God victory. And hey, you know what? Why not share this one with a friend? Somebody that's had an experience with an angel. Or you don't even know. Good boy. Good boy. That's my dog. He's protecting the property. I'm sure everybody has a dog like that. Hopefully. He's my boy. Okay, until tomorrow, I'll see you again. Be well. Lightning says be well too. God victory. See you tomorrow. Take care.